Hey, what is up? So for this video, I wanted to take a look at the character Lalo Salamanca as we head into season 6 of Better Call Saul, and specifically, I wanted to ask the question of who exactly is Lalo Salamanca? Because at first glance, this seems like a pretty obvious answer to say the least, and that he is the nephew of Hector Salamanca and cousins with Tuco, Marco, and Leonel Salamanca. But the reason why I asked this question is that in season 5 of Better Call Saul, in the episode entitled JMM, where following Lalo being arrested by the police, we hear Nacho tell Saul that Jorge de Guzman had just been arrested.
I'll give him speedy justice for you.
I've been calling you.
Yeah, I had a busy morning.
Go to lockup. Your client's waiting for you.
My client, but who got picked up this time?
Jorge de Guzman.
Who the hell is Jorge de Guzman?
What do you think?
Then, following this, at Lalo's arraignment hearing, we hear him also being addressed as Jorge de Guzman here again in this scene.
State versus Jorge de Guzman, case CR 2004003022.
Mr. de Guzman.
And then, after this, once Jimmy meets with Lalo to discuss his case in lockup, he asks Lalo how solid this Jorge de Guzman name is, because if it's not, this could lead to additional trouble and charges for Lalo.
Okay, brass tacks. How solid is this de Guzman thing? Because if they find out you're not who they think you are, that could be a
It's
little...
not going to be a problem.
Great.
And then later, following all of this in the episode entitled Bad Choice Road, following Saul, aka Jimmy, posting Lalo's bail, he then asks Lalo again about this name, Jorge de Guzman.
Listen, I wouldn't be too happy. 7 mil, it really set up a huge flare. They're looking into you. I don't know how long Jorge de Guzman's gonna hold up.
Hey, listen. By the time these dipshits figure it out, I will be long gone, man. Back home in Mexico, you know.
And the reason why I'm bringing up this plot detail here as we head into season 6 of Better Call Saul is that I imagine that this detail will play somewhat of a significant role in the plot next season and will just not be a fake name that Lalo used to fool the police here. But if this is the case, that it's only just a fake name and a small little plot detail, I would like to hear exactly more about how Lalo was able to do this, in addition to this sort of fake family that Lalo used.
Mr. de Guzman has deep ties to the city of Albuquerque. I'd like you to meet his family. That's his fiancée and the love of his life, Beth McKinnon, his stepchildren, Christopher and Ella, and sitting with them is Beth's mother, Mary.
In order for Jimmy to tell the court that Lalo has ties to the community and would not be considered a flight risk should he be allowed to post bail.
Now, Your Honor, my client is the only father that these kids have ever known. They depend on him. How can you possibly see fit to separate this beautiful family?
Now, in the very big picture, the reason why I bring up all of this stems from the question of what will the ultimate fate of Lalo Salamanca be in the plot of Better Call Saul, meaning will Lalo survive to see the end of this series? Because as I discussed, if it is true that Lalo is a blood relative of the Salamancas, it appears that his fate has already been determined based on the dialogue of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Crawl Space in season 4, where following Gus killing all of the cartel, he then tells Hector that now the Salamanca name will die with him.
It was just you and Joaquin. He was the only family you had left. Now, the Salamanca name dies with you.
Thus meaning that the creators have pretty much already buried the lead here, so to speak, and that Lalo is dead at this point in time in the plot of Breaking Bad, as it would not make sense at all for Gus to absolutely miss this detail as an oversight in this plot of revenge against Hector and the cartel, which should be noted he has myopically devoted his entire life to over the course of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. So, in my opinion, the only real way out of this canonical certainty for Lalo would be that Lalo would somehow survive the plot of Better Call Saul if he is not a blood relative of Hector Salamanca. and so that Lalo is some sort of adopted nephew for Hector somehow. But at the end of the day, we can only just speculate if and how the creators would display a plot of this nature to us on screen next season. And I truly, really have no idea whatsoever what the creators' plans are for Lalo in the plot of Better Call Saul in the show's 6th and final season. But interestingly, as this plot relates to Saul Goodman next season, due to Saul Goodman's infamous piece of dialogue in the plot of Breaking Bad in season 2 in the episode entitled Better Call Saul, where Saul clearly thinks that Lalo is still alive here in this scene several years later following the end of season 5 of Better Call Saul.
Oh, no, 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 no! No, it wasn't me, it was Ignacio, he's the one! Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Ay, siempre soy amigo! Siempre soy amigo del cartel! Shut up! I just speak English. Lalo didn't send you? No, Lalo? Who? Oh, thank God! Oh, Christ! Oh, I thought...
This means that if Lalo does die in the plot of Better Call Saul next season, in order for the canon of Breaking Bad to not be contradictory, Lalo would have to die without the knowledge of Saul Goodman next season. So again, this storyline really reminds me that, like so many other storylines in the plot of Better Call Saul next season, there are a ton of moving parts based on the canon of Breaking Bad that the creators will certainly have to adhere to as we head into the close of this series next season. And when all is said and done, irrespective of if and when Lalo dies in the plot of Better Call Saul next season, what Lalo does next against Gus after the failed assassination attempt on Lalo that was facilitated by Nacho Varga, that will in the end also have to incorporate Saul Goodman as well, is the plot that I have literally been the most excited and looking forward to seeing on screen in the plot of Better Call Saul ever since this series was created as a spin-off prequel to Breaking Bad. Cannot wait to see what the creators do next season. Alright, that's all I really got for you guys on this one. I've really enjoyed making these videos about Better Call Saul as we all wait for the premiere of Season 6, and I really appreciate everyone for watching and commenting on these videos. As always, my name is Anton Jackson. Thank you again so much for watching this video.